Hey guys, Ryan Patterson here with Vexus Boats, and I'm standing next to two new model offerings for the 2026 model year in the Defender series. Now, both of these boats, both the 189 and the 181, fall into one of the largest categories in the aluminum market, and that'd be the 18-foot category. And so I'm really excited that we were able to come together with some packages with the same uncompromising quality that you would associate with Vexus Boats, whether that be the hard case paint, custom-made trailer, upright level flotation, wide open spaces, and most importantly, the power of choice. And last, and certainly not least, is the price. And you're going to want to stick around and hear a little bit more about that here shortly. One of the things I'm really excited about on the Defender series is the integrated bow lighting. No more are we going to spend our time in the morning at takeoff looking for a bow light to stick up front. With one flip of a switch, we've got lights to run safely. And one of the other things that I really like about the front of both of these boats is we've got the ability to have a recessed trolling motor and a fiberglass tray. Fiberglass is going to be something you see carry out throughout this entire boat. But on this fiberglass tray, we've got the ability to have cup holder storage and also a place to put our tools during a day of fishing. As we work our way back here on the front deck, you're going to notice two things. You've got ample space for numerous anglers to spend time on the front of this boat, but you'll also see the 3 across seating. This 3 across seating is very conducive for people that are crappie fishing, spider rigging, so on and so forth. And one of the things that I really like about having that extra space is we've got the ability to do add-ons, whether it's a spider mount, whether it's a gimbal mounted depth finder up here. So you've really got a lot of room to play with on the front third of this boat. One of the things that you're always going to pick up on a Vexus boat is storage, and I think on both of these boats, for that fact, you're going to find plenty of rod storage. On the port side, you're going to have 8-foot 4-inch storage that you're going to be able to put plenty of rods. We've got an open boot up there, so with rod socks, you're able to put quite a few rods and reels on the port side of this box. Now, working your way into the center of this boat, you're going to notice fiberglass storage. That can double as a bait well, it can double as another storage box up front, and in many cases, a place to put soft plastics for a day box. And so coming to the starboard side, you've got another spacious storage box, which I really feel like rounds out the front third of this boat from the fact that we've got plenty of place to put rods, reels, tackle, and whatever we need to get to throughout the day. As we step into the cockpit here, I think the first thing that's going to pop out to you is this fiberglass console. That's something that you'll see throughout our entire lineup is a fiberglass console in a Vexus. But I think it's important to point out in an entry-level 18-footer where both of these boats land that you've got the ability to flush mount electronics up to 12 inches. And you've got a lot of room on the front of this console that if you were to add 2 graphs after the point, so on and so forth. Now, it's going to come standard with a Helix 5, but much like a lot of our product, you've got the infinite possibilities of putting whatever depth finder combination you would like here at the console. And in addition to having all that space on the face of this console, I think it's also important to point out that we've got hydraulic steering, we've got instrumentation flanking both sides of the steering wheel right here, and carrying along with the fiberglass components in this boat, our cockpit panel here is going to match the color of the console, and it's fiberglass as well. And then when you step underneath this console, you've got a lot of room. You know, I'm a tall guy, I've got plenty of room to put my legs up underneath here and go for a day of fishing. And so when you look here, you'll have color matched upholstery, and then in the center of these 2 seats, we've got some options. So you've got the ability to leave it open as a carpeted step going up to the back deck. We can also put a 3rd seat there in the center, and we can also put a coin box in the center. So once again, customization is something that is very important to us here at Vexus, and you've got that option every time. And so as we kind of step back on this boat, we're going to talk a little bit more about performance. And one of the things, you can't really mention performance in these boats without talking about where the fuel tank is. And so on these boats in the Defender series, our fuel tank's going to be underneath the seats. Now, that's important for a few different reasons. Number one being it brings the weight a little bit farther forward, puts the weight underneath you and the passenger, which I believe makes this thing ride better. And in addition to that, with the upright level flotation and the solid platform that you're riding in, that really aids that when you're in rough water. And then also, if that opens up quite a bit of space in your rear battery box. So if you're ever having to change out a battery, or if you're looking for a place to put an extra tool bag or an extra prop, we've got ample room in the back third of this boat to be able to accommodate your needs. Now, as we step up onto the back deck of this boat in the rear third of it, I think the first thing that you're going to notice that's going to stand out to you is that we've got a tournament grade live well in this boat. We've got a fiberglass live well with a divider in the center of it that we can divide up our catch. If we're doing something that doesn't matter, essentially, we've got the ability to pull the divider out if we're putting something bigger in that live well. Now, flanking each side of this live well, we're going to have 2 fiberglass storage boxes. And something that I'm really excited about is they've got striker plates on the inside of them right here. So if you were to accidentally drop this lid on this box, it's not going to chip the gel coat on it. And speaking of the underside of the lid, every lid in this boat, when you flip it open, is going to be finished on the inside and painted black. We feel like that's really important, that as this boat continues to be used and gets age on it, that the lids and the integrity of the underside of them looks very professional. So as we complete the storage on the back third of this boat, there's a few things here at the back of the boat that I think oftentimes get overlooked in this segment. The first and foremost being a pop-up tie cleat. You'll notice 4 of these on the boat. They're very strategically placed on the top of the gunnel. If we're getting in and out of a dock or tying up to the launch, we've got the ability to pop that up, and then when we're done with it, we can store it so it's not getting caught on fishing line or caught on anything throughout the day of fishing. The other thing that I'm really excited about on these boats are these molded end caps that we've got on this Defender series. So many times, if you're ever bumping up against the dock, we've got a protected metal plate there to make sure that your rub rail integrity is exactly what it needs to be. As we finish up with the power of choice on this, the overall performance that I think is worth talking about, you're going to experience a tremendous hole shot when you're out there going to water. With our hydraulic steering, you're going to find a very responsive boat that's going to perform and be very comfortable throughout a day of fishing. And that's for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, I mentioned the weight being farther forward in the boat, but this entire boat underneath the rub rail is packed with foam. That's going to make this boat more stable, it's going to make it quieter, and it's going to make it ride better. Those are 3 things that we felt were very important on this series, that if you're in an 18-foot platform, that you're able to fish out of a very comfortable boat throughout the day. And the next feature on this boat, which I think oftentimes gets overlooked in this market, is the trailer. We manufacture our own trailer in-house here in Flippin, Arkansas, so that every single trailer is custom tailored for the boat that sits underneath. Your trailer will go to the lake every time your boat does. So whether it's the conduit that we've got running on the inside of the trailer frame, if it's the swing away tongue to make this boat fit in smaller storage spaces, or if it's the Vector Shield trailer covering that we've got on the outside of this trailer, every inch of this trailer is engineered with the same not only innovation but performance that the boat is. So when you couple this whole package together, whether it being the power of choice on the motor side, whether it being to customize your own interior and colors, or whether it's the custom trailer that goes underneath it, that complete package in an 18-foot platform is what we're here to offer customers in the market. That Vexus has the ability to build you a custom boat to tailor fit your needs, and we're so excited to do that at this new price. I can't thank you guys enough for spending some time with me today talking and looking over the Defender series. As always, please check out your local Vexus dealer or our website, vexusboats.com, for pricing, information, and availability. And please don't hesitate to drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for stopping by, guys.